down, now!
Every year, school shootings take hundreds of innocent lives in the United States alone. This year, nearly 240 such incidents on school grounds were recorded. Even with these numbers, our systems still watch, but don't act. They show what happened, never what's about to happen. This needs to change, and now we finally have the chance to act before lives are lost. Introducing HawkEyes.
Hello everyone, I'm proud to present HawkEyes. HawkEyes is real-time intelligence for physical spaces. Let's get started. Imagine this is your neighborhood. There are several people moving around, there are several cameras, and they can be installed outside, they can be installed inside buildings and stuff like that, right? But we are not really using these camera feeds in the real world apart from security people continuously looking at them, which can also be erroneous. So our system monitors all the camera feeds together. Let's say there's several point of intersection, right? So imagine this area will be an intersection of two camera feeds, and there is a person who has come in this camera feed, and on one camera their face is showing, and on the other camera you can see a gun at the back pocket. So immediately with this information, if you can have the 3D mapping and you can also have the camera positioning and the feed, you can take all of this data in, ingest them together, and use AI to find out, okay, so this person has a gun, and because you can reference the 3D position of a person using the 2D frames, if you have the neighborhood data using this 3D model, you can also understand the face from the other camera on the intersection point, right? And you can immediately take action. So our entire USB is exactly this, and we are able to achieve all these things using Confluent and Google Cloud. So I'm quickly going to demo as to how this entire thing works. But on our website, you can see that this is a simulation of the entire thing. But we have worked on getting this thing working inside our system. So let's get started. If you click this get started button, I was already logged in. So let me quickly log out and log back in. So you can log in with your own account, right? So I'm going to log back in with my same account, and then I have already created a plan, but I'll show you another one. So let's say this is your site. Your site can be named 𝐻𝐸𝐺, right? And then you can change the layout, and you are making the plan, right? So you have a building here, you have a road here, let's say, and yeah, it's a very simple one. You have a camera here, and the camera is looking over this section. So let's say you have this section, right? So using these controls, you can actually make a 3D representation, 3D model of your entire area, and everything is customizable here. You can change the name of the buildings, you can delete them and all that, right? And then you click next. So now you can also shape the internals of the building. So let's say I'm just going to make one room here. I'm going to make one room, right? This is a little off, so I'll move the room in. Okay, so I've moved the room in, and let's say I have another. I can also place furniture inside the room and stuff like that. So you can see that there is that thing. There's a furniture. Right. Once you have made all of your entire things, you can also add floors to your building. Right? Once you have this, you can now save this plan, and then what will happen is you can go here and you can go to its settings, and you can place a RTSP feed URL for the given camera, right? So I'm quickly going to grab the RTSP link from my other one. This is actually a correct RTSP link. I can confirm it if I go to VLC, and if I just open network and then paste it, open, you'll see that this is a camera feed. Right, I'm using some fakery, RTSP fakery, but you can actually create camera feeds using FFmpeg and stuff like that. Right, so going back, we have a RTSP feed for our system, right? And now if I go back, I should be able to see my city. Oh, hold on, I did not save it. Okay, so if I go back, yeah. So for my Vice City, I have the tower 1, and this is my city traffic RTSP faker, right? So we can see our feed, right? But where does Confluent come in? Where does our systems come in? What we talked about, right? So imagine in your plan you have multiple CCTV footage cameras, which I can add also, and then from each camera you are streaming every frame into Confluent, right? And it's not just the camera information that you're feeding in; you're also feeding in the 3D position vectors of everything inside of this. So we have a raw video frames topic, which you can see is consuming this much kbps and has some data inside of it, right? Almost 1 GB. And this is because we're continuously ingesting these video feeds, the frames of these video feeds over here, right? So over in Confluent, we have some workbooks to show an example of what is happening, but all of these things are hooked up to actually get some detections. But let's play through it. So the raw video frames have the frames, but they are big JSON blobs, right? So you need to kind of parse them through and split them out into columns so that you can work with that data. So this is exactly what we're doing. You can see the XYZ coordinates of the cameras are also here, right? And then we are creating the model. We are using Gemini and Vertex AI, and inside Vertex AI we are using Gemini 2.5 Flash, and we are parsing each frame and we are sending them over into Gemini using Vertex. And we are also creating some latest frames so that we can iterate on them very quickly. And these are the actual inference prompts that we're passing on to Gemini so that we can actually detect anomalies and stuff like that, right? So, for example, we are trying to classify a security analysis as critical, high, medium, low, safe, right? We are also trying to determine if there are people around after hours, on weekend, or like on business hours with weapons or violence, right? So all of these things are happening inside Vertex and Confluent together, and all of these queries are running in the backend continuously. And if there is any any detection from these, it would show up in the notifications and also in detections, right? So over here, these are some play stuff, but it's running on the background continuously, and if there is any form of detections, it would show up immediately. It's also going to call the FBI in case a serious or even higher threat level is detected. And yeah, that's kind of it. That is what we have built. You can visit our website at hawkeyes.𝐻𝐿.app.
HawkEyes doesn't just monitor, it perceives, predicts, and protects. Please check out our GitHub repo for more. Thanks for watching.